Hello, I'm Doug Hartz, author of Microsoft Office 2007 Business Intelligence, published by McGraw-Hill Professional. I'd like to take a minute to share with you why I felt it was important to write this book. As the CTO of Sizr Software, I know that business users often struggle with organizing their information for practical use. The comfort level business users can enjoy with business intelligence management is directly related to their familiarity with the tool set. Excel is used practically every day by business users universally. I believe this book empowers those business users to expand their understanding and use of Excel and other Microsoft applications to directly increase personal productivity. Since I've had quite a few requests for the files I used to generate the examples in the book, Sizr decided to produce a companion CD, which now provides all the original spreadsheets, cubes, and files, along with a quick reference guide to walk you through the steps to organizing your own information.
I am a sales representative for a Fortune 100 company that sells to the legal industry. We sell anything from software, web access, and even CD-ROMs. One of the things that I wanted to work on over the last few years is limiting the amount of time it takes me to effectively prepare for a sales presentation. What I found out in the past, what I did a lot of, is gathering information, analyzing it, and then putting it in a format that is easily understood by my client, by my potential customer. That was taking at least half a day. So one of my goals was to eliminate that amount of time, but still not lose any of the information that I was getting through my half day of work. What I was able to do, or how I guess my approach to this process changed, is I was still able to gather the information no differently than I had done before, but where I saved a great amount of time is in the analysis of those numbers. I still had to grab them from multiple different databases because that's just the way my company is set up. But what I was able to do, again, was to analyze that data in such a more efficient manner after reading the book. My goal was to be more prepared with less preparation, and what that means is to take the information that I have, and instead of investing so much time in the analysis of that number, or the analysis of those numbers, I should say, and pulling that information out, the use of the principles I've learned in Doug Hartz's book has allowed me to limit the amount of time it takes me to prepare, thus spending more time building relationships, prospecting, handling customer service issues. I'm spending my time much more efficiently based on the fact that I'm eliminating all of the information gathering that I had done before and analysis of that information. It's made me a more effective sales representative.
The book has a wide variety of examples for using real-world data, like cell phone plan data or school test score data, making the concepts easier to grasp. Sizr's companion CD enhances these examples by providing the actual spreadsheets and OLAP cubes, so you're not just reading about them, but you can actually open them and get that hands-on feel for the technology. Since almost everyone uses Excel on a frequent basis, it makes a lot of sense to take it to the next level with pivot tables and charts. Charts and pivot tables are especially good for live presentations.
I use it for account maintenance, account preparation. I use it up to this point, I use it basically as an organized way to list things, as opposed to now, using Doug Hartz's principles, I've been able to use Excel as an analytical tool to become more proficient, more effective in the management of my accounts.
Data that comes from either your own tracked information or from another outside source can be brought into Excel for business intelligence purposes. For example, you can open a file on the companion CD and get an immediate look at an Excel connection to the external data between the cube and the spreadsheet. Then you can work with that data to practice manipulating information for visual analysis and resulting insight into a business process.
After reading the book, I was, the ability to use pivot tables, the ability to use charts, effective charts, and the ability to do better tracking, or to allow myself to do better tracking, has been a huge windfall from this book. And it's been, if I were to say what one of the highlights of the book are, It's using something that I've used since Office 2000, which was Excel. I mean, I've used Excel for a long time. The ability to grab that information more readily, make it more effective, make it look better, is definitely a result of Doug's book.
Excel, as it's used by most people today, is really just a list making and a chart making tool. But in fact, there's so much more. Really, just 10 to 20% of Excel, the power in it is used by the average person today. We really do try in the book to go through every single major feature of Excel, how it can connect to back-end data, and how, frankly, it can show up in SharePoint. Those elements are so common in today's companies, and even without SharePoint, just Excel on its own can turn on business intelligence. Now, we do go the rest of the way in the book. We show how to connect it to an external data source, what a cube looks like in Excel, and how to use it with Visio and all kinds of back-end data. So we do use the full power of Microsoft Office, from Performance Point to PowerPoint to Excel to SharePoint, to show how all these pieces work together. And in fact, you can go to each different section of the book, just pull out what you want to look at, go through the figures, look at the figure annotations, and use it as a quick reference guide. SharePoint has become a popular concept, and the fact that information in its analytical form can be shared through a portal is extremely interesting to business people who need to connect with customers, colleagues, and the business infrastructure. Probably one of the most popular features covered in the book and on the companion CD is the fact that you can make data mobile and have it on hand through your smartphone or other devices outside of the office. It can either work remotely with a standalone data file, or you can connect to a home database or cube. This gives traveling business professionals an advantage.
The reason I liked the companion CD was simply because it gave me examples that I could readily pull into the documents that I was currently using. It allowed me to use my examples. It was readily available that I could put into my computer and be done with it.
The book is designed in such a way that every single chapter can be read in a standalone fashion, and we took some care to create good examples in the book that walk you through a step-by-step process of how you can work with Excel, external data, and all the other components of business intelligence. And when people read the book, they want to see how to work with the same spreadsheets and the same cubes and the same databases that I used in the book. So the companion CD puts all of that together on one CD. You can pick up the different pieces exactly the way we built the book and work with them yourself.
I've used Excel my entire life, and this book completely opened up my eyes to so many different ways to use this information to benefit me in time savings, cost savings, makes me more effective. Would I recommend this to somebody else? Absolutely.
The companion CD is a valuable add-on to my book because it gets people what they need to set up their own information faster. And the quick reference guide is very easy to follow.